Hi everyone, it's Catherine, a senior at USC and a TA at the Young Scientists Program through JEP. I usually teach 4th grade at Mack and Norwood elementary schools. This week, we're going to do a lesson on plant and animal interdependence.
Think about your favorite plants and animals. How do they survive? What do they eat? Where do they live? Hopefully, you will recall from our last class that adaptations are traits that can help an organism survive and thrive in its natural environment. But even with these advantageous traits, plants and animals need specific resources such as food, water, shelter, and sunlight to survive. They also need each other. Consider a bee flying between one flower to another. When it does this, it picks up pollen and goes to the next flower to help it grow. The bee also benefits because it takes some of the pollen back to its hive to make honey. An ecosystem is the biological community of all organisms and the physical environment. As you can see in the picture, many animals and plants rely on each other to live. What does interdependence mean? Well, inter is between, as in between species. Dependence means relying on something else, as in we are dependent on our parents or our guardians. Interdependence means species that rely on other species. Symbiotic relationships are interactions between two different organisms living in a harmonious relationship. For today's activity, we are going to try and guess which situations are each relationship. Take this time to read the situation on the slide. Now guess what relationship you think this is. You can pause the video if you need more time. Did you get it right? A hummingbird needs predictable access to nectar or food. The flower benefits from pollination. Here is the next situation. You can pause the video to read it over before guessing. The clownfish protects the anemone from fish that might eat it, and the anemone uses its stinging tentacles to protect the clownfish from its predators. You might have seen this example in Finding Nemo. You might have been able to figure out which example is the answer because of process of elimination. However, feel free to stop the video to read the situation anyway. The buffalo eats the grass, and the plains are fertilized by the buffalo as it walks around. It also picks up and drops seed from its fur and hooves, which helps the grass grow in different areas than where the seed was created. Now it's time for Scientist of the Week. Zuleyma Tang-Martínez is a Venezuelan scientist. She got her PhD from the University of California, Berkeley. She is now a professor of biology at the University of Missouri, St. Louis. She is very active in professional societies, especially with the American Society of Zoologists. She studied social behavior, communication, and kin recognition of animals, as well as various aspects of dispersal, particularly with regards to how social structure impacts the genetics of populations. Thank you for participating this week. I hope you learned a lot and are excited for next week's experiment. See you then.